What if I told you today is not just another day? It's your deliverance day. Not tomorrow, not next year, but now. What if everything that's been chaining your soul, whispering defeat, holding back your breakthrough, is about to be shattered? And what if I told you heaven already started moving on your behalf? This message isn't a speech. It's not a motivational pep talk. This is a divine interruption, a fire-forged truth delivered straight into your spirit. And if you're watching this, it's not by chance. It's a calling, a cross. You are being summoned into freedom, not just emotional freedom, not just a new beginning. I'm talking about spiritual jailbreak, an exodus written by God Himself with your name on it. Before we go any deeper, if this already resonates in your spirit, do this right now. Hit the like button. This is your first step of agreement. Comment where you're watching from and write, "I receive my exodus." Share this video with someone who feels stuck. This might be their escape moment. And if you're new here, subscribe, because we don't entertain souls. We set them on fire with truth. You were never created to live in chains. God did not breathe life into your lungs just so you could be buried under depression, addiction, anxiety, or spiritual numbness. You were born for more than surviving paycheck to paycheck, crying behind closed doors, or constantly feeling like you're not enough. You were not built for fear. You were built for freedom. But sometimes, we start treating the prison like home. We decorate it, we normalize it, we even defend it. We call trauma just who I am. We call spiritual silence peace. But let me say this with love and fire. Just because you're used to bondage doesn't mean you're meant for it. The Israelites stayed in Egypt for 4 years, long enough that slavery became culture, long enough that chains felt natural. But then God said, enough. And that same voice is speaking over you right now. I've seen your suffering. I've heard your silent cries. And I'm not distant. I'm not indifferent. I'm coming down, and I'm bringing you out. This is not a symbolic story. This is a spiritual announcement. Just like the original Exodus wasn't a metaphor, it was an event. God is orchestrating your personal exodus, not someday, now, right now. He's breaking addictions you've hidden. He's confronting lies you've believed. He's tearing open prison doors you gave up trying to escape. And here's what you need to hear. Deliverance doesn't always start with fireworks. Sometimes it begins with a whisper. Move. Yes, you. Move. Out of guilt, out of shame, out of the cycle, out of the Egypt that taught you to settle. But what is your Egypt? You see, Egypt isn't just a place. It's every thought that tells you you'll never be free. It's every toxic pattern you keep falling into. It's every relationship that feels safe but steals your calling. It's every mindset that says you're too broken. Egypt is where potential goes to die slowly, and you don't escape it by waiting. You escape it by hearing God and responding. God didn't just say, "I'll set you free." He said, "Get ready to walk." Let's make it real. Imagine a woman who's cried herself to sleep for years. She smiles in public, posts positive quotes, but inside, she's drowning. Childhood trauma, a string of abusive relationships. She's convinced herself she's unlovable. She stopped praying. She hears a voice whisper, "This is your life now. Just survive it." But one day, she sees a message like this. Something burns in her chest. Not hope. Not yet. But maybe possibility. She watches. She listens. And then something wild happens. She believes again. And belief is dangerous to hell. Because the moment she says, "God, I want out," heaven moves. That's Exodus. That's today. That's your story too. Stop right now and type in the comments, "I'm walking out of Egypt." That's not just a comment, that's prophecy in motion. Some of you have been banging on closed doors for years, opportunities that never came, relationships that never healed. You prayed, you fasted, nothing moved, and you thought, maybe this is just my wilderness forever. But what if I told you the delay wasn't denial? It was design. You weren't forgotten. You were being forged. God wasn't punishing you. He was preparing you, the same way He didn't let the Israelites take the easy road, because if they had faced battle too soon, they would have run back. So instead, He led them through the wilderness, not to trap them, but to transform them. You're not stuck. You're in staging. You're not behind. You're being built. The desert didn't break you. It built your faith muscles. God doesn't just deliver people from something. He delivers people into something. The goal isn't just escape. It's entry. Out of anxiety, into peace. Out of religion, into real intimacy. Out of striving, into supernatural provision. Out of identity confusion, into knowing you are His. And going back is no longer an option. Like Jesus told the healed man in John chapter 5:14, now that you are well, stop sinning or something worse may happen. In other words, protect your freedom, guard your deliverance, honor what God has done. Let me remind you of something powerful. God is not waiting for you to be perfect to walk in purpose. He's waiting for you to say yes. He's not looking for qualifications. He's looking for obedience. Moses had a speech problem. David had a lust problem. Peter had a temper problem. But God used them anyway, because deliverance isn't about your strength. It's about your surrender. And if you've ever said, I'm too messed up to be used by God, let me tell you, that's a lie from Egypt. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Declare this now. I am chosen. I am called. I am stepping out of Egypt. You're not just walking into something new. You're walking away from the things that tried to kill your purpose. Addiction? You're leaving it. Fear? You're leaving it. Shame? You're leaving it. Every voice that said, you'd never be more than your past, you're silencing them by stepping into your future. God has already parted the sea. You don't need a new miracle. You need the faith to walk through what He's already opened. So walk. Walk like you're already free. Walk like the chains never had the final say. Walk like the cross really worked. You are no longer a slave to your past. You are no longer identified by your failure. You are no longer limited by the things that broke you. You are a walking testimony. You are a living miracle. You are a chosen one. Now declare it one more time. This is my exodus. Let that ring in your spirit. Let it echo through every dry place in your soul. Let it shake the foundations of every stronghold that thought it could stay. Because freedom is not coming. Freedom is here. You are stepping into a new season. A season of clarity, peace, provision, healing, and breakthrough. But it begins with obedience. So take the step. Don't wait for approval. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for your feelings to align. Just move. Every step you take in obedience is a step deeper into promise. You may not see the full picture. You may not feel strong enough. But faith is not about full understanding. It's about full trust. If this message ignited your spirit, do 3 things now, like this video. Comment, my exodus is now. Subscribe, because this is more than content. It's a call to destiny. And if you're sowing into this word, by sharing, praying, or giving, know this. You're not just supporting a message. You're stepping into your own miracle. Your Red Sea is behind you. Your Egypt is behind you. Your promise is ahead. So go forward. Your exodus has begun.